Hi everyone, welcome to findingworkathomejobs.com. Today is July 22nd, 2016, and today's job leads are up on the website, so please go check them out. The one that I wanted to highlight today is being offered by World Travel Holdings. They are a fantastic company. One of my colleagues actually went to go work for them a couple years back and was giving us a little bit of the lowdown on training, application process, everything. I went ahead and posted about that on my site, which you can go to by clicking right there where it says here. It'll take you to this page on World Travel Holdings that I wrote up, and it's basically all the information that my colleague gave me on the application process, the types of jobs that they offer, etc., etc. They basically offer two types of jobs, either as a travel pro or as a customer care representative. If you work as a travel pro, the application process, interview process is a little more complicated and you will get paid a little bit more. Now, they will either pay you $10 per hour or they will pay you basically a commission rate, whichever one is greater. That's if you're a travel pro. If you're a customer care representative, I believe that it's an hourly rate of $11 per hour, but it looks like they also give you an incentive. They give you 4 weeks of training, and your first 4 weeks of training, you're paid $8 per hour. Now, I seem to remember that there was 6 weeks of training though, so that must be for the travel pro. But you can look through this page and it'll explain it all to you. I do remember that when my colleague went to do training, he was going to work as a travel professional. He was from Hawaii, so he decided to go home and do all the training on the beach in Hawaii. 6 weeks, paid training. He just sat on his computer on the beach and listened to all the training calls for 6 weeks straight. So that's pretty nice. One of the other really neat things about World Travel Holdings is that they do offer benefits. You're offered medical and dental, paid vacation time, sick days, personal days, a volunteer day, I don't know what that is, disability insurance. You do have the option to join a 401k plan, which I highly recommend. And the neatest thing of all is that you do get travel discounts. That's what my colleague was talking about. He was going to get some pretty neat travel discounts. You can, apparently you can even win cruises as an incentive based on how you do when you're selling packages to customers. So the one thing he did tell me though was that the hours were going to be pretty tough. Now, you're required to work 35 to 45 hours per week. That's not huge. I mean, it can be for a stay-at-home mom, but if you wanted to make this a career, then, obviously that would be okay. But I think it's more that you're going to be working nonstop during what they call their wave season. That's one of their busiest seasons of the year, and you have to be willing to sit at your desk for 8 hours straight. But, you do have lunch and breaks, of course, but you're pretty much at your desk for 8 hours straight, off and on. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is I actually went through the application process just to kind of take a look at it. I wasn't able to work 35 to 45 hours a week. This was like maybe a few years ago. Back then, I wasn't able to do that because my children were younger. But I decided to go ahead and take the assessments. Now, they were right on, my colleague was right on about the online assessment taking me about 1 to 2 hours to complete. It really did. And they also have you take a psychological assessment test, which is very repetitive, and it is similar to the ones that are given to people who are going into law enforcement. I know people in law enforcement, so I know what kind of tests they give them. This was very similar. I'm not kidding. It was a pretty difficult assessment. So, just so that you're in the right frame of mind for it, I do suggest that you set aside some time that you're well rested and well fed before you start this assessment. My my one piece of advice is that when you're doing the assessment, just remember that they're looking for team players. So you'll want to think about that when you're doing your assessment. There's no I in team. You've heard that. Well, they want a team player. Okay, so then training. This must be where yep, training with World Travel Holdings will last 6 weeks. I knew I'd seen that somewhere. And so 6 weeks, and you're going to learn about each cruise line, each ship within each cruise line, and then the routes and trips offered by each ship. So they really want you to know this stuff inside and out. Obviously, if you're selling it to customers, you're going to want to know all that information pretty well. So the other thing that's really neat is that World Travel Holdings will provide you a computer and a phone and headset with the appropriate software included. Um, but they'll provide it to you, but the cost of $500 will be charged to you. It's just that it'll be deducted from your paycheck over time. So that's World Travel Holdings, and like I said, they are hiring right now. I will put this link in the description box at the bottom of this video, and you can read through the job requirements. They are hiring both for the customer care rep position and the travel professional position right now. They have a neat video you can look at. They'll show you your schedule information here, training, 6 weeks of training, and where they are hiring. It looks like they're hiring in most states. So, good luck, and thanks again for visiting findingworkathomejobs.com.